across to Sameet now. Sameet, the first stock that you have is GMR Infra. Can you talk to us about that? 6% higher.
This stock has been a steady mover of late. If you look at its recent price action, stock has been consolidating. But in last 3 days, the stock has literally taken off, and today we are seeing a massive bump up in this counter. So it's on the verge of a breakout from its multi-month levels of 44 half, and the kind of volume activity that we have been witnessing since last 3 days. So the breakout is imminent from current level. So we expect this stock heading towards 48 first, and then probably 50 level is the next level to watch out for. Overall, the bias remains positive. Any decline towards 42, 41 would be a good buying opportunity in case of GMR Airport.
Okay, moving on to the stock number 4 in focus, and Ashesha, you have picked up Piramal Pharma. Tell us what's the news flow.
Absolutely, the stock is soaring in trade today, nearly 4% higher for Piramal Pharma, and this is on the back of their rights issue plans. The company has gone ahead and informed the exchanges that they will be issuing rights to shares to the tune of 1,050 crores. Draft letter has already been filed with SEBI, and the management believes that the issue will be completed in the second quarter of FY24. Remember, this particular stock has been a wealth destroyer. It got listed at about 200 rupees per share, and since then the stock has declined nearly 66%. In this year itself, the stock has declined nearly 40-odd%. Today, of course, on the back of this rights issue plans that the company has announced, the stock is gaining in trade today, 4.3% higher for Piramal Pharma.
Let's go across to Harsh now. CSB has been the first. That's Catholic Syrian Bank has been declaring its update. Harsh, why is the stock buzzing?
Well, yeah, strong business update coming through, Pankaj. So we're seeing solid growth on both the asset as well as the liability side, 30+% on a year-on-year basis when it comes to the advances, and 20+% when it comes to deposits. In an otherwise very tepid deposit environment, that's a very strong number that's coming through. Also, when I'm looking at it sequentially, it's very healthy growth. We're seeing 11.5+% growth in terms of advances sequentially, 8+% in terms of deposits. So on the back of that solid set of numbers, the stock is up 2%. Let me break it down further. The gold loan basket also is something that they've disclosed. Now, gold loans itself comprise a very large chunk of their portfolio, almost 50%, and that's grown 47% year on year. So that's a big positive. Even one more disclosure that they've made is that they've continued to grow their branch network, 100+ branches in pretty much all of the last 3 years. And now the branch count currently stands at 700. So on the back of some of those levers, the stock is alive and buzzing.
Okay, moving on, and Sameet, coming to you we were just talking about all these auto stocks, and from the back you have picked up Hero MotoCorp. Tell us, what are the charts looking? How are the charts looking like?
See, in last 3-4 months itself, if you see, most of the automobile stocks have been doing well, but the entire two-wheeler space has been struggling. But in last 3 days, we saw a massive rally in Hero Moto, nearly 8 to 9% jump in last 3 days, and it has managed to surpass its 20-day moving average, which is the first sign of reversal. At least a short-term tide has turned upwards, and from here on, will not be surprised to see this stock heading towards 2500, 2550. Looking at the volume activity, we expect this momentum to continue. Minor decline or any consolidation, around 2400, 2350 would be a good buying opportunity. We remain upbeat, and the immediate targets to watch out for would be somewhere around 2500, 2550.
Let's focus on the next one, and that is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, commonly known as HAL. They have, as they signed their MOU, they have to declare the numbers that they have completed in FY23. The revenue numbers is at 26,500. That's a growth of 8%, and a little bit of decline coming in, or a little bit of the order inflow number coming in, which was slightly lower than estimated. 11 rupees down. It opened up about 1.5%, but then cooled off since then.
Okay, moving on to the next stock in Summit. One more auto name on your radar, although this company that I'm talking about, Bajaj Auto, is yet to report its numbers, but how are the charts looking like?
If we have to compare, Hero Moto and Bajaj Auto certainly looks, sturdy. Stock has been consolidating of late, and today it has managed to surpass its recent hurdle of 39.20. So that, calls for a breakout from its recent hurdles, along with sizable volumes. So considering the daily and weekly time frame chart, we expect this moment to extend a bit. 4050, 4100, these are the next levels to watch out for. And Bajaj Auto looks quite promising from here on. Will not be surprised to see even the stock surpassing 4150 in the medium term. So overall, the bias remains positive at current level. Also, one can take a punt and keep a stop loss somewhere around 38.50. Immediate target 4100, 4150.
Okay, so those are the levels to watch out for Bajaj Auto. But moving on, the next stock in focus is Tejas Networks, as the company has received an advance purchase order worth rupees 696 crores from BSNL for upgradation of its pan-India based access and aggregation network. Now, the company has won this order while competing against the top-tier global vendors in an open tender where the bid was the lowest being submitted by the company. And as a part of this contract, Tejas will supply, install and commission over 13,000 of its TJ 1400 series of next-generation access and aggregation for the realization, and that is the new order win for Tejas Network, and the stock is seen to be buzzing, holding a gains of around 5%.
Let's go across to Sameet once again. Sameet, pharma name Dr. Reddy on your list?
The overall pharmaceutical space has been, struggling since last 8 to 9 months. However, Dr. Reddy has been an outlier. Stock has not fallen much. It has not moved upward also, but stock has been consolidating with, some intent to move higher. In last 3-4 days, stock has managed to surpass its recent hurdle of 4500, 4550, and if we look at it from a slightly broader perspective, overall the trend is getting emerged, and we expect this stock probably heading towards 4800, 4850. It would be a slow and steady move, but 4850 looks quite on card. So overall the bias remains bullish, and any decline towards 4500, 4400 would be a good buying opportunity in case of Dr. Reddy.
Buy and dips coming for Dr. Reddy's. But Ashesha, coming to you, you have picked up GR Infra and a lot of new order wins coming in for this particular company recently. Is there a new order win now again?
Yes, absolutely. Order win is the reason the stock is buzzing in trade today as well. In fact, it is sitting with solid gains of over 3%. The company has informed the exchanges about 2 order wins. One, they've received letter of award for a project for construction of 6-lane greenfield project, the cost of which stands at about 1250 odd crores. Apart from this, they've also informed the exchanges that they've received LOA for a project of construction of 4-lane access controlled greenway highway section, and the project cost of this one stands at 848 crores. So cumulative order wins of nearly 2,000 crores, and that is the reason the stock is buzzing in trade today, 3.2% higher for GR Infra.
Right, let's once again go across to Sameet. Sameet, Power Finance Corporation, PFC, why is it on your list? Sameet, that one is for you, PFC.
See, recently the stock, came off from its higher levels. Overall, the trend has been strongly bullish. A series of higher highs, higher lows can be witnessed in all time frame charts. However, recently stock prices corrected sharply from the levels of 170. So it has managed to find support around its, key moving averages. 18 and exponential moving average is peaked somewhere around 145, and 3 days back the stock managed to find support around it, and again it has resumed its upward trajectory. So, in the near term, we would expect this stock consolidating in a broad range, 170, 165 on the high side, and lower side whenever this stock, comes around 145, some sort of buying is likely to emerge. So overall bullish, the view remains bullish, but within the, overall bullish territory, this stock is likely to consolidate.
All right, Harsh, now talking about Karnataka Bank, why is it on your list?
Well, on the back of operational update again, Pankaj, so we're seeing a few operational updates coming through. We did speak about CSB, which was on the positive side. Karnataka Bank, not so positive. We're looking at a bit of a degrowth. In fact, when I'm looking at it sequentially, advances are down nearly 4% on a quarter-on-quarter basis, even though overall on year-on-year basis, the advances are up a mere 6%. And we're looking also at deposit growth, which has or seems to be kicking in quite well though. So that's the one positive for Karnataka Bank. Deposit growth has come in at 3% plus on a quarter-on-quarter basis, almost 9% on a year-on-year basis, but that's still below what the general market is growing at. So the overall, it's still below, it's still losing market share per se. That's how I can put it. So on the back of those couple of numbers, you can see that the stock is down. In fact, it's down nearly 5% in trade today, so quite a bit beaten here.
Okay, another beaten down counter in today's trading session is all these gas stocks. And Sameet, from the pack, you have picked up Mahanagar Gas. The stock is already down 6%, but are you looking at some more shorting opportunities out here?
See, we would avoid shorting at current level. Stock has already tanked, more than 6 to 7%. It's a sharp correction from its recent highs of, 1,000. So there's a cluster of support. The stock is approaching now 900, 880 seems to be a very strong support. And till this time, this stock, manages to stay above it, we expect some sort of time-wise consolidation. So there's a high possibility stock would remain sideways. 940, 960 on the higher side would act as a strong resistance, and low side 900, 880 would be seen as very strong support for MGL.
Right, let's now focus on the next stock, that's Bharat Electronic. Once again, like HAL, they have also declared their FY23 provisional numbers, and the key surprise is that for 9 months they had missed on the order inflow, but now they have gone ahead and completed and fulfilled their guidance that they had earlier, and that's why the numbers came in as a positive surprise as far as the numbers are concerned. The thing is about also CLSA has gone ahead and increased the target price to about 116. Once again, like HAL, it did open higher, but now it's slipping in. It's down about 1.2% as we speak, Shrishti.
Okay, moving on, and all these oil derivatives are in focus, and that's what we are seeing after the jump in the international crude oil prices, and that's after Saudi Arabia as well as OPEC plus nations decided for a surprise cut of 1.6 barrels per day, and that's till December 2023. And on the back of this particular news, all these oil derivatives, especially from the likes of ONGC as well as Oil India, Manali Petrochem, all of these reacting to this news positively. But on the flip side, because of the marketing margins come under pressure from the oil marketing companies, BPCL as well as HPCL are seen to be under pressure today.
That was as far as the oil names is concerned. Let's go across to the next stock that we have. Sameet, you wanted to talk about HPCL. What is your perspective on the same?
See, few days back, we saw how this particular stock got benefited when, crude was sliding, and when, crude has now started jumping up, the stock is now falling. It has now corrected from the high levels of 250. It was a gradual correction first towards 235, and today the stock, tanked below its important support level. So overall, we expect, this broad range to continue, wherein on the high side, 245, 250 would now act as a sturdy wall. Whereas on the low side, some sort of buying would emerge once this stock, approaches important swing lows of 215, 210.
Okay, moving on.